We're live. Wally,
We
what's
are
going on,
live.
everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United. And look who I've got beside me for the first time since Born in the USA when he smashed Lawrence. Wally, how you doing, man? And everybody in the chat, I hope you're well. How you doing, Wally?
I'm doing good, but just you know, kind of a mediocre after the match, the USA Wales match. So
Yeah.
I could have been really really happy, but wasn't to be. So anyway, I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Let me just quickly get to the comments. Big up Stuart, as always. He's always here
Ah,
before we start.
right,
Good evening,
Stuart,
gentlemen. And then my broski, which is your son, so you
my
must be
son.
my papa as well, because this is my
That's
broski.
right.
Why do they keep doing
That's
that?
right. Oh wow. Okay.
Hammerhead, Wally,
Yep.
Papa Wally, Walito. What was the song
My
Harmony said
son.
today? What was the song she said? Oh,
I don't know. Oh yeah, something.
one Wally
Well,
Walito.
yeah, something
There's
like
only
that.
one Wally Walito, one Wally Walito. um,
Harmony is a character. I hope she. It sounds like she had a good birthday. So happy birthday to her. One
yeah,
day late. But
yeah, it's only a day late.
yeah,
Let's start with USA. And I would
USA.
say just quickly, I didn't because I had football and that. Put it on when I came back, but I had so much stuff to do. So I was doing stuff, watching it sort of, and I did
Right.
say I wanted USA to beat Wales, and they
Oh,
didn't.
nice.
You watched the game, so yeah. What was your view on the game as a whole?
I thought it was like a tale of two halves. The
Mm,
first half, we were playing really well. I mean, we looked speedy. Very pacey, especially our front guys. Tim Weah, wow, what a
yeah,
player! And so the first half, we looked good. We were passing all around, and Pulisic was getting in and then sending people in. And then we got our goal, right? And then, Wales were just, I don't know what they were doing in the first half. It looked like they were just waiting to counter, but they never did. So they didn't look good at all. But then I guess the second half they brought on their big guy and they
um,
just Kiefer Moore, right?
even more, yeah,
And then it looked like the U.S. decided, okay, we're going to play for Moyes, and there she is, happy birthday, Harmony. Um, so it looked like we decided we're just going to be like David Moyes and lock down and play for the 1-0 win.
mm,
And Wales were just, and they obviously got a rocket up their ass in the halftime because they came out full on attacking and that was totally different.
uh-oh. What is going on? Can't hear you, Wally. Can't hear you. What's going on? Let me remove this because that looks terrible like that. Let me get to the comments and then Walito will sort out his Wi-Fi. Morning. Good evening, Harmony. Sorry, I said morning. Happy birthday, Harmony. Morning, Harmony. Stuart's even saying morning. Oh, here we go. One sec. What's going
Is
on?
that better? Can
Yes,
you hear
that's
me now?
better.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know
That's
how, yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, when they scored, and then it was all like all hell broke loose because I think both teams realized that they really needed to win
yeah,
to advance, and so they were both and players were dropping left and right, and it was actually really entertaining in those final 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. I guess there was a lot of added time, but yeah, neither team could score, so now we're stuck we're stuck, waiting on other results to see. And now we got to beat England or maybe even get a draw.
Yeah, that's the
We'll
thing
see.
is,
Yeah.
ideally you would be playing Iran next.
Yeah.
Yeah, not without being disrespectful, but you would, if you could choose between England and
Yeah.
Iran, it would be Iran and then England. What I would
Because
say
now,
is, yeah,
well, I'm worried now that England will get to their Wales match, the third match, and they'll be possibly locked in, to moving on, and they won't
mm,
they won't play that hard, and they'll let Wales, come in second. I don't know how people feel like for Wales versus the U.S., but um, if England have it locked down, they could take it easy and let Wales win, and then we would,
yeah,
assuming we even beat Iran. So we'll see, but so that I think that forces us to get something against England, basically. So
well, right. Let me read Harmony's comment, and we'll get back to this.
okay,
I think USA threw everything at this game. Will be the most disappointing of the two teams. Wales deserved their point.
yeah,
Um,
I think they did.
you know, like I said, I was watching it, but I was doing stuff, and they basically said the same as you. It was a game of two halves, and USA looked really good
Yeah,
in the first half, and then obviously Wales took off Dan James for Kiefer Moore, who are two completely different players.
yeah,
And that sub worked for them. So
it did. Yeah.
I did say, I wanted. Ooh, I'm just watching the highlights now, and USA started on fire.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
did, yeah. This on
yeah.
match of the day. So right? You know who Timothy Ware? You know who his dad is, don't you?
I think yes, I think I do. Like
George
George
Ware.
Ware or something.
George
Yeah,
Ware. His son is playing for the States, and
yeah.
I'm sure you correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat. I think he's the only African player to win the Ballon d'Or. George Ware, I think.
Oh really? All
But
right.
he was a fantastic striker. And
Is he English originally or
no.
no? But he
Is
played
it
in England.
Libyan or is
Okay.
he
Oh
from
yeah,
Libya?
yeah. I think they mentioned it.
Libya.
Liberian. Yes,
Yeah,
Liberian. Yes.
exactly. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
not even one of the the recognized African nations,
Right.
as in your Ghanas or your Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but what a player! What a player, George
Yeah.
Ware. Yeah, and his
Well,
son's there.
his son's really pacey. I think he's going to cause trouble for your slow Harry Maguire, and you're going
How
to
many
wish you called up Ryan Fredericks to help you out with the
to
pace.
deal with him? Yeah, I'm just watching this
We'll
now,
see.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a great finish by Ware. So I was
Yeah.
at the sink as always, washing up, and yeah, I've just seen it. It's better
Yeah.
for me now to see this. So it's good that we're talking about it and it's on now.
Yep.
So did they look exciting in the first half, USA?
I thought so. I thought they were passing it around, really quick passing, and Pulisic was, we kept probing in and trying to push people in. So I think they look good, and Wales just looked, I don't know what they were doing. They were just letting the U.S. keep the ball, not really doing it. I think they were, hoping to get a counter, but they never did.
Mm.
So, yeah, I think the U.S. looked good. Maybe the U.S. got tired after the first half. I don't know, but the second half was just, it was like the roles were flipped. The U.S. sat back and let Wales come at them. And eventually they gave up a stupid penalty, I guess.
I was going to say, yeah, that penalty was it could have been avoided, and ultimately that's what got them a point. Is a penalty that you could have sort of not conceded, which is must be frustrating.
Yeah, I was listening on the radio and afterwards, and there's like a Sirius XM radio they have a football channel specifically for European football, and they were talking about it, and the guy was like, what was it? Zimmerman he did not need to, stick his foot in there. He went through Bale's legs, just totally. Bale had his back to the goal. I don't know what, so it was just a rash moment.
It was rash, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to. We only got a couple more comments. So what I'll ask you is, do you think the States underestimated Wales based off of the first half, and maybe that's why the tables were turned? Do you think that it was too easy for them?
Yeah, maybe they definitely just sort of turned it back and wanted to play defensive. I guess they thought they could just lock it down. Apparently, and they almost got away with it. It was what, the 83rd minute, and it was kind of a a lucky, obviously, like we're saying, he didn't need to make that challenge, because Bale had his back to the goal, I think. So yeah.
Your
Maybe it was.
Your mic's doing that thing. Remember last time, ages ago? It crackles. Yeah, I don't know if it's touching something.
Let me. Is this better? You go like this. Can you hear better now?
It seems like you're going to cut out.
Still cutting out?
No, I can hear you, but it's got like a crackle on it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. Do you remember last time, ages ago, it was doing that? Ages.
Yeah. Well, my computer's not working anymore, so I'm on like an iPad. Is this better? Or? Yeah.
So it was fine, and then after a while, you start talking. Last time you done it, when you was on this stream, your thing cut out. But yeah, so it's like a crackling on your mic. It's not bad, but.
You want me to leave again and come back in?
No, I don't think no one in the chat said anything. It's just it's just weird. It's just crackly, but it's fine. Right. Harmony says Timothy Ware is very dangerous, but he goes in and out of the game. We have a very special guest in the chat, which is obviously Lee Statham. Says hello. Big up Lee, the main man.
Hey Lee. All right.
What we got here? Tyler Adams was by far the best player on the pitch. Not being biased, he was just pure class all game. Did he? Yeah.
That's what the American commentators were like. Yes, he was the best, by far the best. He's also the captain, which is really cool. It's not. I think Pulisic used to be the captain. So,
he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tyler. Yeah. The commentators they loved Tyler Adams. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. This is a on the spot question. Yeah. Would you rather? And let's be realistic to West Ham. Would you rather West Ham win the Europa League, even though we're not in it? I'm not even going to say Champions League, Europa League, or USA win the World Cup? Which one would you choose?
Oh, definitely West Ham. It's funny over here. There's maybe a very few people care about the World Cup. I was outside after the match, like an hour after the match, and I was talking to my neighbor. Both his daughters play like youth football, right?
Yeah.
And he was saying, "Oh, what have you been up to?" And I was like, "Oh, I was watching the match on." And he was like, "Oh, how was it?"
Yeah. See, yeah.
He didn't. This is an hour after the match. He didn't even know like what happened or anything. So that's sort of typical. Like the kids, the youth play soccer here, but nobody really cares above that. So yeah, I would take Europa League. I would take any cup for West Ham.
Yeah, I thought that would be the answer, only because I do know that generally, the Americans is not really too fast about this particular sport in the World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup. I mean, I think I think the next one is partially in the U.S. and also Canada and Mexico. There'll be matches all around, so I think they'll start to care more about that. And in fact, I have a theory that I'm hoping, although it didn't seem in this match, but I was hoping we would get more calls and stuff because I think FIFA would want the U.S. to advance over, say, Wales,
Yeah.
And they want the U.S. people to be excited for the World Cup in 4 years. So we didn't seem to get the calls. I mean,
look at him go. So the next World Cup is a North American World Cup.
Yeah, apparently, yes. In fact, there'll be some matches in Philadelphia. Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
We see Wally at the World Cup, beating up people, beating up the opposition fans.
Yeah.
If Wales are there, you can beat up their fans. But I don't think they won't be there.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, a lot of the matches here, when we have international matches, especially if like a Mexico comes and plays the U.S. here, there'll be way more Mexican fans.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
and any of the like Central American countries, there'll be way more than the U.S. fans. So you know, it is it is a little different here. Nobody like I feel like over in England, you know, even though your match was during the day, like probably a lot of people just stopped and were watching it
To watch the
you
game.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
I mean,
you know,
yeah, here they're like whatever.
whatever.
So
I mean,
because
there's obviously a hardcore set of football fans here, but beyond that, nobody cares.
yeah. So I don't know if you can remember back to USA '94, because obviously you had the World Cup there, and that was
We did.
Yeah. So what was, you know, did the country embrace it? Because I can't remember, you know. But because it obviously, like you said, we've moved on now, so the Americans are a lot more interested in football. But in 1994, yeah, it's weird, not weird, but you know, they hosted that.
Yeah. I mean, I think people sort of, because I think they were covering it a lot in all the, and we didn't, you know, nobody really had the internet back then. So if you were watching, you know, network TV, you know, and they were covering it and talking about it, the local stations were all talking about it. So I think it grew on the, you know, population. But I don't, did the U.S. even advance, or I can't remember.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember
But
who.
we might have advanced. I don't know.
Darren says, "Morning all." I think he's driving. It's probably 6:15 a.m. in Thailand. So thanks for tuning in, Darren, as always. Harmony says there was even schools, stopping lessons to let the kids. All right, to let the kids watch the game over here. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. It just shows you the difference, you know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to England's result and performance, which obviously you watched that game.
I did.
What did you think of England today?
Well, I think they look good. They had it easy. Once they scored that first goal, then you could just tell they were relaxed, and then, you know, it was like the only thing that didn't happen was Harry Kane didn't get a goal, but other than that,
over here, I'm gonna get my.
I'm sure. Did he stay on the home? I missed the final. I had to go, but I missed the final bit.
No, I think he came off near the end for Callum Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, like right at the end.
Yeah. But you know, here's the other thing. I think England, you know, they had a relatively easy match. I don't think anybody got banged up particularly or tired or whatever. Whereas, you know, probably their two main rivals, you know, in Wales and the US, you know, by the end of that match today, I mean, you know, everybody was falling over, cramping, getting hurt, you know, and so, you know, I think both teams today really put it all out there, and so I don't know, you know, I'm sure we'll give it a go on Friday, but
you have used up a lot of energy in that game.
Yeah, I think we really did.
Harmony says Pickford was poor. And Helen, thanks for tuning in. She says, "Hi, is it me or is Wally's mic crackly?" No, it's definitely crackly.
Yeah.
But he can't hear it. He's saying.
It sounds fine to me.
Yeah, but yeah, it's doable. What was I gonna say? So I think that you're right that it was a tough game for both Wales and but you know, that can work two ways. It could be, you know, they're ready and are up for a battle and a high intensity game, or obviously England can sort of catch them sleeping a bit because they are a little bit tired or whatever. So only time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, I would have rather played USA in third as the third game rather than second.
Yeah.
So right, what I was thinking, Wally, and I don't know how, you know, where we're gonna go with it. I was thinking we could have a little bit of trash talking, yeah. England v USA. We just go through the alphabet, and I allow you to go first. You give an A that represents America, And an A, obviously, for England, but it's got to be not a good A. So England are A.
Oh, A. Like
As
something that starts with A?
yes, yeah.
Like awful or
Yeah.
awfully slow? I think
Yeah,
they're
you can.
awfully slow.
England awfully slow, and
Yeah.
in response to that, America are with an A. What's your positive for America with an A?
With an A? We're awesome. You know.
Okay. I'm gonna say, and I can't copy you. I'm gonna say America are average, and England are. Let me be realistic. England are accelerating to the next round. Okay, B. You lot can get involved. Oh, no, let's see what everybody's. Let's see.
Yeah, help
Luke,
me out.
evening, ladies.
Hey,
Good
Rick.
evening, Luke. Arrogant, laugh out loud. Ah, Stuart said American.
Yeah,
You got no
definitely.
American backup either is in here. Hope fans don't get overconfident. Nah, but that's got no chance, Helen. All right, B.
Yes, get overconfident. Yes. Please.
Nah, no way. B for England and USA. I haven't even got a clue. I'm gonna see what you say. I've got a B unless you use it.
Well, I think the US are beasts. You know, we're like
Fast, strong.
beast mode. Yeah, fast and strong. I don't think we're particularly tall though.
Yeah.
But because when that guy Kiefer Moore came on today,
Yeah, exactly.
he's going to be towering.
Giant.
Yeah. For England,
Boring.
Boring. Yes, boring.
We won't do the whole alphabet. I'm going to say America are bang average. I just said average. I'm saying bang average. And England are blossoming.
Blossoming. Ooh.
Yeah. We'll just do a few more. C. I know I've got for America. If you don't say it, I'm saying it. Oh, wait. Before you go for C, Harmony, I'm glad she's joining. England beatable, USA bouncing. She's going against England. She's your ally for this show because there ain't no.
Yeah.
There's no more.
Harmony, you and me. Next match. We got to pull out all the stops for the next match.
And Lucas called the Americans bandits.
All right, C. Well, Americans obviously the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And England.
Please don't use my
cheaters.
Okay.
Cheaters.
Okay, that's cool.
You know, help me out here, okay?
Yeah.
In the match, did you see McGuire went down, right?
Yeah.
He was not touched, and I think he went down as if his head got hurt. So they gamed it. So maybe they used a concussion sub.
Yeah, maybe.
But he was not touched.
No, it wasn't. No,
he was not touched in the lead up. What do you think? Did you think they used that as a game?
Maybe because I was a bit like, he didn't get touched.
Yeah, what's he doing on the floor holding his head? You know,
maybe England are getting a bit street smart for this World Cup.
Yeah, very street smart. Yeah.
So you said Cowboys and cheaters. All right, let me go because this is meant to be a battle. I'm gonna say USA are crap. And England are not shit, but England are capable. Right. Luke says C. Well, that is easy. Constitutionalists.
Ooh.
Maguire was not up for it, says Harmony. Right, we're gonna go up to E. Just D. We'll do D. Last one. D for just.
Oh, US are dynamic. We're dynamic. I mean, that first half today, passing. I mean, it was fun to watch. I was impressed. It definitely didn't look like anything I'd seen from West Ham. You know? Delusional.
Dynamic's a good one because I saw what I saw, but as soon as I saw the highlights on it as the first half, yeah, they did look dynamic. Harmony says England's C is catastrophic.
Ooh.
So you said dynamic, and what's England's D?
Defensive.
Yeah,
they just like to sit back. They'll probably play 5 at the back on Friday and sit back.
That's a good one, actually. Last one. So D, I'm going to say USA are dog shit. And England are shit. England are D. England are, I'm just going to say dogged. Dogged. Yeah, it's not much of a compliment, is it? Yeah. But yeah, I'm not getting carried away with that. I did think it would be a close. I said 2-0 at the start. So I am surprised by the scoreline.
The 6-2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I was surprised by that too. I thought it'd be closer. But
did you what's your thoughts on the goalkeeper situation with the Iran keeper obviously having to come off eventually?
Well, I didn't think, at least the first few goals, that he had much of a chance anyway, the substitute keeper. I don't think anybody really would have saved those.
Nah.
So
I don't think so. Yeah.
But then, once it's 3-0, then, I mean, all bets are off, and England's relaxed and they're just doing their thing, and they have, begrudgingly, I'll admit, they're more talented certainly than Iran.
Yeah, exactly.
So that comes to show, and so I don't think the keeper made a whole lot of difference.
Nah.
But I can't believe that other keeper was trying to stay.
Yeah, that's actually what. Yeah, that's the one I actually meant. Like that whole situation.
That's nuts.
Yeah, they almost tried to force him to stay on the pitch. It would seem, which is crazy.
Well, I think he wanted to stay on. I mean, it's like the World Cup, and and he wants to play, but he just looked knocked out, and his nose was a mess. I don't know.
Somebody said in the chat, I don't know if it was Harmony, they said his nose looked like an avocado.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he looked bad. Like when you watch like a comedy film and the makeup is, they've exaggerated so much that he's got broke. That's exactly what it looked like. It looked like it was. Yeah, you can't be that bad. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be. They can't be as bad in their second game. And once again, it's Wales that potentially could face a team that's up for that game in Iran, because I did say at the start of the watch, only because I heard it on here, is that for the first time ever, 4 teams that are ranked in the top 20 were all in the same group, and obviously they made up the 20th. So they're not terrible. They didn't look great today, but they still scored 2 goals against England. And they scored 2 goals when I didn't think they was going to score. So they showed some sort of fight and character. So I
didn't see the second goal, but the first one was nice. The Tarami
was a good goal. Yeah.
It
was a penalty, the second one.
Was it? Okay.
Right. The extra time, we had 14 minutes in the first half.
Yeah.
And then it was meant to be 10 in the second half, which I don't know where to get. And then it somehow ended up 12 or 13. So we had close to half hour of stoppage time throughout the whole game, which is crazy. Coming like the NFL.
Yeah. They called 9 minutes at the end.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that. Yeah.
What was that from?
I don't know what's going on. Why are they adding all this? Luke's put a good one here. Driven, he says, for England. And, this is all fun and good jokes and that. But that is probably, that is quite precise or spot on when it comes to England. We got to the semi-finals of the last World Cup, finals of the Euros. Yep. So that's a good one. That's actually, for once, Luke's come with a gem for us. England are devastating, says Stuart. Stu is starting to feel it at last, talking about World Cup fever. Lots of added time this World Cup. 24 minutes in England, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, sorry, we didn't see this. But yeah, something like that, 14, 20. Yeah, but Luke, it's meant to be 24, and then it ended up maybe 12 or 13 in the second half. So it was like, it should have been 10, and then it ended up 12 or 13. I wish, how many? Boom, boom, boom. That would have been a pen if 0-0. Nah, I don't think it was a penalty. And you know what it done? Because I was asking people in the chat, like, what's the, the record for the first game or the first round? And somebody, I think Robert Singleton confirmed it was 7-3 or something. And I was like, oh, that's the same margin. It was 6-1 at the time. Like, and then they scored, and that penalty denied England equaling, the record for, the score margin or whatever. Not that matters, but what's everything? It's very odd. They somehow all seem like night games. Wouldn't. Right, let's speak. And this goes for everybody. Now, I'm not going to be able to do a watch along for the game, which I really wanted to, but I think Stuart is going to do it, which is obviously Friday, England v the USA. This is where you meant to trash talk, Wally, and then hopefully I trash talk back. Everybody trash talks, and then we could potentially sit down again, and you may well be like, I told y'all. And those points at the minute, you can see I put 3 points for us, 1 point for you. So Des, what are you thinking for that game? Where did USA hurt England?
With their pace, they the front guys, Tim Weah looks super fast. Pulisic was fast. Josh Sargent, was pretty fast. But they are just going to, Weah is just going to zip by Maguire. Maguire's going to be like his feet are in cement.
Yeah.
And Weah is just going to go right by him. So you guys are in trouble with the pace. So
all right. So if pace is what you lot are relying on, he may well bring Kyle Walker in to counter that pace. And
he's injured though, right?
And yeah, I think, but some people say, "Oh, is he back for the next game?" So I'm not sure, but I'm saying if he is, he would play a back three with Kyle Walker as the right centre back. So yeah, that's one way of countering that pace. Without Kyle Walker, England don't have defensively genuine pace. Right. How did Aronson play today? Did he play?
Yeah, he came on as a sub later.
Oh, so he didn't start.
Yeah, so he played. I think he played well. He made some good plays later on. I think at first he was a little shaky, but then he came on. He did well. So yeah, I think people were surprised that he didn't start. So
I saw you've got Weston McKennie playing.
Yeah.
Lee. Harmony's going for a 2-2.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I don't think England is going to beat us. So.
I said once the draw was made, I did say, look, I would never underestimate the States. I wouldn't underestimate Wales. And, I gave Iran the respect, and ultimately it was a better victory than I thought it would have been. But yeah, I think United States, having lost the game today, but playing so well in the first half. Yeah, I don't know. England, I'm hoping England's confidence has not gone through the roof after that, because
yeah, I think you guys are so confident, 6-2 easy win. And we're just going to come and we're going to just zip by you guys. You're going to be like, oh, let's start kicking around at the back, and we're just going to be zoom, put it in. Yep.
Okay. Who wins the midfield battle? Tyler Adams or Declan Rice?
Ooh.
I just compromised you there.
Yeah. Definitely Tyler Adams. I mean,
he wins that.
Rice just will be sitting back and relaxing, overconfident, and he won't know what's hit him.
So what scoreline would you, put a big chunk of money on? What scoreline would it be?
I'm going to say we're not going to lose. I don't think we'll win either. So I think it'll be like a 1-1.
1-1. So Harmony said a 2-2. England score in 18 minute 12 seconds to commemorate when we burnt down the White House. Any response to that from Luke?
Listen, you know what? In the War of 1812, we may have been a little overconfident because we kicked your asses in 1776. So
this is what we like. I'm not a historian either, so I ain't got a clue about none of these dates. 2-1 England says.
And the first war was the one that counted. The War of 1812 was just like a little skirmish.
That was the So you're saying you won like the World Cup equivalent, and we won the Carabao Cup, was it?
Yeah, exactly.
Or the Charity Shield, even.
Yeah.
Hello again. Tyler will stop England. So Harmony's got faith in her Leeds boy. Scoreline. It's going to be really hard because I'm not going into this. Yeah, England and but I'm going to try and remain positive. I'm going to say 2-1 England. Did somebody else say that? Yeah, Stuart said it as well.
2-1 England.
Yeah, that's just me trying to keep that positive hat on. But I say this now on record. It wouldn't surprise me if the States won this match. It wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be like, how did we lose? It wouldn't surprise me at all. Because England have got that cushion almost of the 3 points. And USA are going to be more desperate to get a win.
Yep. We got to get something out of this match, pretty much.
And if they start on the front foot and go ahead, because you remember, Wally, coming into this tournament, England's form has been really, really bad. Remember, we lost 4-0 or 4-1 at home to Hungary. I think it was 4-0. We lost twice to Hungary in that Nations League.
Yeah, you've been relegated, right?
Relegated. Now, some people say it don't mean anything, but at the end of the day, you would surely be playing to stay in the top tier of the Nations League, and we didn't. We got relegated, and to lose to Hungary twice. England lost 4-0 at home to Hungary.
Wow.
There's no trying to hide the fact that happened. Obviously we went into that game trying to win, and we got beaten. So
yeah, that was at Wembley too, right? Or
exactly.
At home, yeah.
So out of the three opponents, Iran was obviously the best opponent we could have faced first.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just hoping that England are not too confident. We are better than them, but cup match, innit? Says Luke. Cup match. So yeah, we're better than you, but it's a one-off game, innit, really? Would you say England's better?
Better than the US?
Yeah. As a team. Not individually, as a team.
As a team. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I think but the hope is for the US is that England will be overconfident and we'll just shock them.
So, ideal situation for you. What happens in both games in regards to the winner and stuff? So, obviously, the States win.
Yeah.
And then who wins in the other game?
I think that might be I think that might be a draw because, the one thing they were talking about in the match with Wales today was when Wales started bringing on subs, they've got a pretty strong first team or whatever starters, but they're like, oh, this guy they brought on, he plays for, fourth tier England, stuff like that. So
who was that? Yeah, somebody in the, I think, third division. I think.
Yeah, third division maybe or whatever. Yeah, so I don't think their bench is too good, and they like Bale's played the whole match today, so I don't know how much of an impact he can be on Friday. So I'm hoping maybe it'll be a draw. That would be.
So a draw in that game and a USA victory is good for you.
And then I'll tell you what, when we play Iran, that's going to be, because we've got priors with Iran.
Yeah.
I think both teams will be really up for that. Even if it doesn't really matter, it's still irrelevant. Yeah. Both teams are going to go all out for that one. So.
You pronounced it the way somebody said you would. What did you say? Iran. Yeah, somebody said it in the watch
Iran.
along earlier. They said, yeah, I think it was Luke or was it Robert? Hammerhead says we'll do as West Ham did and go undefeated. You know, we won all our Conference League games.
Yeah.
Good evening, James Bong. Hope you're well. It's been a while. Hope you're good, James. Stuart said it's Portsmouth, I think, that the guy plays for that came on today for Wales. Luke says Iran will absolutely want. I thought he was absolutely want to smash the USA physically and scoreline. I thought he was saying they are going to smash them.
And likewise, we want to do the same to them. So that should be a good match.
This will be decided between USA Wales goal difference.
Yeah, I think it could come down to that.
Don't swear. James says hi again, TDT and Lee. Lee says hi. Harmony says Wales will beat Iran, then England. USA will also beat Iran. England 4 points, USA 5 points, and Wales 5 points.
Wow. Take that. I'll take that.
Nah. England are definitely winning one more of the games. They have to. They've got to win one of the two games. All right. In my ideal world would be we beat the States, and Iran and Wales draw. Then we beat Wales, and you beat Iran, and you come second. That would be for me ideal. That would be the best case sscenario for me.
I would take that.
I definitely don't want. And there was somebody in the chat today says, I love the. I said, look, I've got no. It's from a footballing point of view. The Welsh don't like the English, so now I don't like them. You understand? It's like, and then those same people that would say to me, "Oh, you got to support the British teams." Those same people don't support Spurs in anything, and they're English. So how can that work? How can that theory work?
Right.
We've got to support the British nations. If we don't support, let's say, Spurs in the Champions League, who are an English team, why should we support Wales in the World Cup?
Exactly. Right.
So yeah, I do want the States to qualify at the expense of Wales, which makes it better. Morning, Paul. Hi, James. You look, we're only going to be on maybe for 10 more minutes. I am half Welsh. So England won, Wales 2 for me. Sorry, Wally. Like I said, I didn't know he's Welsh, Luke. It's not this is a footballing perspective. The Welsh hate England. They enjoy England losing and going out and all of that. So, hey, James, where you been? Long time. So, he's Welsh. I am half Welsh. So England 1, Wales 2. He would want Wales to beat England. No, Luke. Nah. I expect Paul. Did you watch Qatar's game? I know. Yeah, we do maybe 5 more minutes.
I think I watched some of that. Yeah.
They look terrible.
I did.
And
Valencia, I love watching Valencia.
Yeah.
I liked him when he played for West Ham.
Yeah, and should have been a hat trick.
Yep, should have been.
That was that. Yeah, they gave the offside. But Ecuador looked decent as well.
Yeah, they look decent. So I guess whoever comes out of that group first will play the second place from our group, and then first place from our group would play their second place.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, answer. I've been lurking. Luke says no. England first, Wales second. You muppet. I'm gonna put it back here.
Yeah.
You saw that in it, Wally. Don't try and get out of it now, Luke. You traitor. You put England 1, Wales 2. It's right there.
That's a score. Yeah,
that's a score. Now he's backtracking. Yeah. So Senegal lost today. I don't know if you saw 2-0 to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But their main player, obviously Mane, he's injured. So maybe it might be Ecuador and the Netherlands qualifying from there.
Yeah, I think Netherlands will be first, probably.
Yeah.
And then,
because I don't know if you know this. I only learned this yesterday that in the qualifying, Ecuador drew with Brazil and Argentina in the South American qualifying. So
Wow.
I think they've got that. Yesterday was like their 6th or 7th clean sheet in a row.
Yeah.
So, they're another one of those teams that maybe we didn't know too much about them. And they're also my second team in the Stuart Sweet State. I got Ecuador and I got Argentina.
Nice. I
Who did you
forget.
get?
I know I have France, but I forget
France. Stuart or Lee?
remember.
Who's Wally's second team?
Yeah, not that it's probably irrelevant, but
Holland were very slow but methodical. They will warm into the competition. Oh yeah, now that she's mentioned the temperature, yeah. Did you think that the heat was going to be a factor in this World Cup?
I thought so. Yeah, I really thought. But apparently, like they're not even having like drinks breaks or anything.
Nope. It's
so
cool stroke cold in those stadiums.
Yeah, I think they've set them up. When you got tons of money, you can
you can air condition
the desert.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's crazy, and that could have been, if you think about it, it would have made sense. Maybe not against Ecuador because South America's hot, but it would make sense to when Qatar play maybe the Netherlands. Is that air condition is just unfortunately it's not working on that day? You understand? Because they're the first host nation to lose their opening game as well.
Wow,
that's
surprising.
Yeah, and after what I saw there is, they're rubbish. They're really bad. So they're out already, I think. Oh, you got Cameroon.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad. Is this been a is the World Cup like a welcome break away from West Ham for you?
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's a good thing for West Ham because we need to get our shit together. And although I guess it seems like the players are getting a break for a couple of weeks or something before they go back.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just hope Moyes will use that time to put us back on the straight because we could have a tough. I think our next 3 matches when we get back are tough, and we're down at the bottom, near the bottom. So I think hopefully it'll be a good break.
Good evening, Budgie. He says, evening, everyone. Hey, Titch. Hey, Wally. That's Budgie. How you doing, Budgie? Lee says, hi, Green Street Elites. Yeah, so, is there anything you want to talk about regarding the World Cup, Wally? Anything at all? Let's say, good evening, Samantha. I hope you enjoyed England's match earlier. Samantha's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
And an England fan, obviously. Yeah, anything that about the World Cup that you want to touch on?
Well, I think we talked a little bit about it, just the contrast between the rest of the world and the US.
Yeah.
Like nobody really knows. Like I went to the gym this morning and they did have one TV with the World Cup on, but nobody was watching it.
That's crazy.
Nobody cared.
That's
whereas I'm sure and probably every other nation around the world, certainly when their own nation is playing, they would be, all over it watching. So it's just interesting what the difference is. For some reason,
it's I'll give you another example. So obviously we train on a Friday, and Ben, who's one of our coaches, he was like, England are playing. He just said, he didn't say who. He said England are playing at 7. So now we are potentially looking at, do we need to do the first session, but then cancel the later session because people might want to stay in. Do you understand? And people that love football, love coming to football, they may well think actually England's playing in the World Cup.
Right.
They might, might stay there. What's Harmony saying? I read a report in the Daily Mirror saying that it's the most corrupt World Cup already. I wrote in, oh God, are we related, Samantha? Oh yeah. Harmony, I said, if you think that is corrupt, check out the TDT competition. Yes, where Lee got Brazil.
Yeah.
Wally, what are your thoughts on Trump rerunning for election?
You know, it's so divisive in this country, and one of the things we did, especially like in the American Hammer show TV channel or the YouTube channel, we just were like, okay, we're not going to discuss politics because it's
Yeah.
So I would offline, I would love to talk about my thoughts, but
Not on
not on football, if you don't mind.
Yeah. That's a lot of people. I think Stuart just wanted to keep you involved. Regardless of what you think of Trump and Biden, it is just how old they are.
Yeah, they're too old. Yes, I would agree with that. We need some youth. Just like apparently our football team is the youngest. I think they said it's the youngest team in the World Cup, or maybe the youngest starters or something.
What, in this World Cup? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the commentators said something like that. But yeah, we definitely need younger politicians here. That I would agree with.
All right, Wally, who is this legend that I'm pointing at here?
Is that Tim Howard or
No.
is it Ronaldinho or
Ronaldo? Yeah.
Ronaldo.
And
The other Ronaldo, right?
Yeah, the real Ronaldo. And who's this guy?
That's Maradona, right?
Yeah, these two are World Cup legends.
Yeah.
Both obviously won the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So who's your favourites to win the World Cup?
France. Got to be France.
You're sticking with your...
Although I have to say I'm a little worried now because I guess Benzema
he's out.
is out. Yeah.
Yep.
And, he's been like epic for Real Madrid or something like coming back.
Ballon d'Or. You won that.
Yeah.
Champions League, La Liga. And also, obviously, they're missing Pogba and Kante, who they have been, like key in, France's success.
That's true.
So, Benzema is a big miss for them. That's because you have too many parks to pick from, Brother Wally. Too many parks. Too many parks. Maybe there's got to be a misspelling. Not spelling, but miss. Oh. Too many parks to pick from. Trump reference. Oh, no. I was thinking about the team then. Maybe morning. Hey, Budgie. Yeah, so before we wrap this up, and that's only because, we don't want to be just like not. It was about, the games that had happened so far, the state of play, and then obviously we were just looking forward to Friday. The young kids. I think that's what you mean. The kids have got all those parks to train and run, and like you said, you got a young team for the US.
Yeah, true.
Plan to meet France in the quarterfinals. Yeah, England can meet France in the quarters, possibly.
It's strange here because all the young kids start off playing football here, all of them, and then they sort of, some obviously keep going through, but most of them then turn over to American football or basketball or baseball.
Because I would imagine, because obviously it's not even in the top. Is it even the top 5 sports in America?
No, really.
Nah. So I would imagine if you got a rapid player, then his path. They might look at him as an athlete, as in a track and field, or an NFL star. If
NFL,
they would see the potential in that speed.
Or basketball if they're tall enough for basketball.
Yeah. So that's almost like they start out playing football, but if their talents is that apparent, then maybe they put them into another sport.
Yeah.
But USA still keep producing players though. Always.
Yeah.
All goes to plan. Hey Holmes. You said France. I'm sticking with, I think Brazil are the favourites.
Are they? Yeah.
I think because they're the attack that they've got, their options is just ridiculous. So
Is Paqueta going to start for them? Does he start?
He normally does.
He does?
I don't know if they're going to look at his form recently, but he does normally start for them. So
yeah,
I can't wait to see them actually. The women's team are massive. Yeah, they are in the USA. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Are they more recognized, or you're not too sure about that in the States than the
I'll
men's
tell you what.
team?
If you ask the average American if they could name, somebody from, U.S. football, I bet they would know a women's player better. They would more likely to come up with a women's player name than they would like a men's player.
That must be because of their success, though, isn't it? Because
yes,
all right, it's not the national sport; it's nowhere near that.
right.
But the women
Yes,
are top level in football,
and they've won gold. It's probably more about the Olympics here. So I think the women have won the gold medal a few times in the Olympics, and so everybody remembers that, and they'll remember the players. So.
Oh, really supporting Denmark. It's coming home, lad. You know it. Look, this is one thing that English people always do when the World Cup comes around. Yeah, it's always we get this full sense of enthusiasm. Like, yep, we're gonna do it. I really thought we was gonna win the Euros, man, and we should have won the Euros.
Yeah, you should have.
That made me think we ain't never gonna win nothing. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'd love England to win something, but I'm not. Nah, I'm not expecting it.
They got to get by. They got to get by this U.S. team, young, hungry U.S. team, fast U.S. team on Friday. So.
Yeah, imagine we don't. Anyway, we've done the first part, which is beat Iran. Are you inviting Charlie Boy around for barbecue, Wally?
Yeah, I mean he's welcome. It's probably he's probably like 3 hours away from me, but
because even when you're in Florida, you are. Is it like west and north? No, what's the?
Oh, yeah. Where I'm in Florida is in the Panhandle area.
Yeah.
So, that area is it's basically southern Alabama.
Yeah.
So it's really far from Miami.
Yeah, I thought so.
I mean, it's probably 10 hours drive to Miami from where we are.
Oh, so you're way. Even when you're in Florida, you're miles from Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all as well. I'm okay. They might have nice little duck calls, but right, you lot. Before we go, Stuart, I'm sure is doing a watch along for the USA game, which is obviously on Friday. USA v England. And then as it's a Friday, I'm sure we'll be doing the extra time show. So yeah, it'll be good. It will be really good to catch up and after the result and just see, obviously, what happened since we've sat down and spoke. I know Willie. I'm sure Willie Dutt is a American Leeds fan. So yeah, there might be a good American audience in there, and it will be good banter, especially if the states won.
We'll pass you guys the tissues so you can, when you're crying over the result.
So yeah, we'll see how many points. As you can see, we got 3, they got 1. Let's see. But yeah, we're just reaching an hour. So Wally, man, it was really good to sit down. It's been so long. I don't even know the last time when. Obviously, it would have been born in USA, and I appreciate your time.
It was fun. Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, seriously, it's my pleasure. I haven't been, earlier on I went live, which is the first time in ages. So yeah, I'm glad that you could make this. I did also try and get Lawrence, but yeah, he was busy. So you'll have to punish him as the Godfather and banish him from.
Right.
Yeah. Right, James. I got 81 months ago. Oh, and Denmark, a couple of bits, 51 now. Oh, dark horses. Samantha says, "Come on, England, have a good week." Thanks for tuning in, Samantha. And yes, come on, England. Hi, Samantha. Take care, everyone. Listen, you lot. Thanks for tuning in. Much respect to Wally. Don't forget to check out the Disabled team if you haven't already done so. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.